What's happening, guys? This is the Grandmaster of Faster, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Stadium for the Nintendo 64. In the last episode, we somehow emerged victorious in the Master Ball tournament of the Poké Cup, and now we have 4 shiny trophies to add to our collection. But 4 is never enough. Let's see if we can try to double that number. Because in this episode, we're going to begin the Prime Cup, exactly the same as the Poké Cup, only with level 100 Pokemon. As usual, we're going to be starting at the bottom in the Pokeball tournament, so naturally the opponents are going to be a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and use my blue version team, because it's not quite as diverse as the red version team. So, yeah, let's give them some screen time. Battle number 1 against Q-Ball, a fully evolved team versus an unevolved team. Yeah, we're not going to have very much trouble with this. We're going to lead off with Golem because 4 of his Pokemon are weak to Rock. But just in case Squirtle comes out, we'll bring Dragonite and Gengar.
It's finally underway. Pokemon Tournament Prime Cup Pokeball. Who will win it all in this wide-open, unlimited
Who do
level?
you think is gonna win it all, buddy? I mean, look at the size comparison of the 2 Pokemon. Speaking of opponents, Caterpie, level 100, Bug type. Its only attacks are Tackle and Slingshot. Needless to say, Rock Slide is going to squash it. Makes me almost feel sorry for Caterpie in a way. Oh well, it had to be done. And now we are continuing with Squirtle. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch out.
This is a fight between 2 different
We're gonna
types
switch
of
out to
Pokemon.
Squirtle. Squirtle is level 100 Water type with the moves Strength, Surf, Dig, and Hydro Pump. This is one of his more difficult Pokemon, if you can say that, because it does have Hydro Pump, which is the strongest water attack in the entire game. No match for a Thunderbolt from Dragonite, though. Instead of Surf, he probably should have put Ice Beam or Blizzard on it. Then again, I'm not sure if Squirtle can learn those moves, and it managed to survive. Okay, that is impressive, Squirtle. I'll have to give you credit.
It didn't do much damage.
So even though I am about to KO you with a Thunderbolt, you have my respect, Squirtle. I must say. 2 Pokemon down and 1 to go. Doesn't really matter who he's going to send out. But let's find out anyway. He's gonna go for Weedle. Weedle is level 100. Bug poison type. Its only attacks are Poison Sting and String Shot. I feel being a little destructive, so let's Hyper Beam it.
They're staring each other down.
Take a Hyper Beam to the face, Weedle. Ooh, overkill much? Well, that's just the type of mood that I'm in. And that is it for battle number 1. Fairly easy, but it is going to get slightly harder. This is still the Pokeball, so the overall tournament is fairly simple, with the exception of 1 Pokemon you're going to face, but that's not until one of the later battles, so we don't have much to worry about for now. Our second battle is against Judoboy, and naturally he's got some fighting types with him. Regardless, they're all still vulnerable against Psychic Pokémon, so naturally we're going to bring Slowbro and Gengar along for the ride. Let's bring Lapras as well.
What kind of battle can we expect to see? Begin round 2.
Alright, his first Pokemon is going to be Eevee. Eevee is at level 100. It is a normal type with the moves Focus Energy, Double Edge, Quick Attack, and Bite. This is one trainer that loves to use focus energy. So he uses it in order to increase the critical hit rate of his attacks. And unlike the mainstream Game Boy games where it was glitched in red, blue, and yellow, it actually works the way it's supposed to in this game, so it's not completely useless. One of the many glitches that were abundant in red, blue, and yellow, and I know I'm going to offend Gen 1ers by saying this. Red, blue, and yellow have not aged very well. I'm sorry to say that, but I have to be upfront. The other games in the series are just incredibly superior to Generation 1. So I hate to be a wrecking ball, but yeah, that's just the way it is. Alright, with Eevee gone, what is his next Pokemon going to be? It is going to be the male Nidoran. Nidoran is level 100 Poison type. Focus Energy, Body Slam, Thunder, and Double Kick. Yeah, it's got some type coverage with Thunder and Double Kick, which allows it to hit Rock and Water Pokemon decently hard, but it still can't stand up to Psychic attacks. And for Pokemon number 3, what is he going to send out? Not like it's really going to matter. It's going to be his Machop. Level 100, Fighting type, with the moves Focus Energy, Submission, Strength, and Rock Slide. I have to admit, that is a pretty good moveset, which means Machop can hit decently hard if you let it.
How's that?
And a critical hit Psychic is bound to take it down. Yeah, Machop has really bad special stats. Remember, it's attack-oriented. And that is it for battle number 2. Doing really well so far, not a single KO. Which is more than I can say for the Master Ball tournament in the Poké Cup. Dear God, that was hellacious. Alright, for battle number 3, we are up against the Gambler, who uses a very similar strategy that the Juggler did in the Poké Cup. Alright, we're going to bring along Gengar, Snorlax, and Lapras.
The upcoming battles look promising. We're into round 3.
Now, the reason why I made the comparison to the Juggler earlier is because this guy likes to use Metronome a lot. In fact, it's his only real way of dealing damage.
Here's the first move.
But each of his Pokemon do have secondary attacks. For example, Magmar here, level 100 Fire type, its moves are Metronome and Confuse Ray.
What a furious
So
battle.
it will either boost its own stats, or it will try and hinder you so that its Metronome will hopefully hit you with a super effective attack. And unfortunately, Gengar is confused, but hahaha, Fury Attack is normal type. It doesn't affect me. Let's try and hit it with another Psychic, because... Oh, wow, that's even better! I was only confused for one turn. That's not bad. Although I certainly wish my damage output was greater. Oh, you are a jerk. You're gonna boost your special stat with Amnesia. Well, in that case, I think I'm gonna have to switch. In fact, I probably should have done that last turn. So I'm going to switch out Gengar for Snorlax because Snorlax has Earthquake. And that should take care of Magmar. Of course, he's going to use Confuse Ray again. It's pretty much a guarantee that if your Pokemon shakes off the confusion, they'll just confuse you right back all over again. And Thunder Wave! Are you serious? It had to be Thunder Wave. So now, I am parafused. That blows. Oh, and he's actually going to switch out too. He's going to send in Clefairy. Clefairy is at level 100, normal type, with the moves Metronome, Light Screen, and Reflect. This is definitely his most annoying Pokemon because it's got both Light Screen and Reflect, and if it sets up both, all of your attacks will get cut in half. And that's not fun. So it's going to set up Reflect. I guarantee it's going to use Light Screen for the next round. In that case, I'm going to have to hit it with an Ice Beam to see if I can KO it. Alright, it'll hit me. I'll hit it with an Ice Beam. And yeah, that didn't do much. Nope, there's the Light Screen. Oh dear, this is not good. This is not good at all. I mean, what are the odds that Magmar would get Thunder Wave? But the only thing I can really do is to just keep smacking at Clefairy until it goes down. Thunder Shock! Are you serious? Not only did it get a paralysis move last turn, but this turn, Metronome got a super effective attack off me. It wasn't much damage, but still. This trainer knows he can't beat me, so he's just trolling me instead. Alright, Crab Hammer, that won't do anything to me, despite its high critical hit ratio, so let's see if one more Ice Beam will be able to take down Clefairy. Yeah, this Clefairy is a bit of a nuisance. There we go! At long last, it goes down. So we know he's got Magmar. The question is, will he send it out or his last Pokemon? He's gonna send out Abra. Abra is at level 100, Psychic type, with the moves Metronome and Reflect. And it's gonna set up Reflect again? I don't understand why. Seeing as how Clefairy set it up a couple of turns ago, but thankfully, a critical hit will bypass that damage reduction. Alright, now only Magmar remains, and since it's below half health, this should be a simple task, provided Metronome doesn't get another freaking electric type move. And of course it's gonna confuse me. Yeah, Magmar is definitely one of his more annoying Pokemon since it can cause confusion, and that can happen as you just saw. Alright, let's see if we can hit it with an Ice Beam to hopefully KO it. Okay, Rock Throw, that's not bad. Then again, it could be a lot worse than I first anticipated, seeing as how it got a critical hit. And please don't tell me my Lapras is going to get KO'd by a Metronome Magmar. Cut? Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I think I might have to switch out. And thankfully I didn't hit myself. Unfortunately, he survived with 8 HP left. Yeah, I gotta get Lapras out of there before things get dodgy, because I want some continues. Thankfully, Gengar is relatively healthy, and even more thankfully, Egg Bomb won't affect me. Alright, let's hit it with a Thunderbolt and see if that does the job. Yes, I'm faster. And yes, Magmar finally goes down. Well, that took a little bit longer than I thought, seeing as how Metronome got lucky a few times. But regardless, I have emerged victorious. Another extra continue never hurt anybody. And now it's time for battle number 4. And guess what? It's against a Team Rocket Grunt. He's got some nice Pokemon with him. Now he has 3 poison Pokemon, so I should probably bring in Gengar to lead off. We'll bring in Slowbro and Dragonite as backup, because he has some water Pokemon with him as well.
The crowd's excitement is building. This is round 4.
None of these Pokemon are particularly dangerous, but they do have some good moves on them. For starters, he has Goldeen, level 100, Water type with the moves Waterfall, Horn Attack, Ice Beam, and Tail Whip. The worst thing that can happen is if you get frozen by Ice Beam. But aside from that, Goldeen is really subpar. Even when compared to other Water type Pokemon, it's pretty bad. Sadly, Goldeen and Seeking have never been that competitive. There are much better water Pokemon out there. Alright, 1 down, 2 to go. Gengar can pretty much take care of every single Pokemon the Rocket Grunt has. Alright, he's gonna send in Horsea. Horsea is at level 100, Water type with the moves Bubble Beam, Smokescreen, Double Edge, and Leer. Nothing that can really hit Gengar that hard. The worst it can do is lower my accuracy with Smokescreen. Bubble Beam does have some decent power behind it, but Gengar's got really good special, so it really won't hurt me all that much.
Neither one is conceding.
Let's hit it with a Thunderbolt, see if that does more damage. Unfortunately, Gengar doesn't get stabbed from any of its attacks, but then again, there's only 2 Ghost-type moves in the game, and one of them has really low power, the other one deals a set number of damage. So you pretty much have to use other attacks in order to make Gengar good. Alright, his last Pokemon, Ekans, as the announcer pronounces it. No, it's Ekans. Ekans is level 100, Poison type with the moves Glare, Acid, Bite, and Screech. It can't do much aside from Glare. And Glare is dangerous because of paralysis, but if you have a Ghost Pokemon, yeah, Ekans doesn't stand a chance. And that is it for Gengar. And for the trainer, I should say. But that is the first 4 trainers taken down with relatively little trouble, I must say. So we're gonna stop for now, and next time on Let's Play Pokemon Stadium, we're going to battle the final 4 trainers of the Prime Cup Pokeball tournament. So see you guys next time.